Britain's environmental minister says his government will ban the sale of new gasoline and diesel engine cars by 2040.
Bremse it on verbingen with a gum.
Preachers only offer with the drumstick.
Friday.
That spells fun.
This is gonna be fun.
This is great. This is really fun.
If I was having any more fun, I'd explode.
Tell me that isn't the dumbest show ever created.
You guys are stupid.
Idiotic.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Idiot. I've been played like a dimwit's kazoo.
Who are you?
Who is on first?
I'm asking you who's on first.
That is the most idiotic thing I have ever heard.
Showtime.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. If you happen to be visiting Chicago this summer, you don't have to venture far from the airport to hit your first must-see landmark. Comedy legend Bill Murray and his brothers just opened Murray Brothers Caddyshack Restaurant in the Crowne Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel surrounding O'Hare International Airport. The 9,000 square foot space has 237 seats, 31 televisions, a massive bar, and no shortage of Caddyshack memorabilia and gear. There's also a lounge with a fireplace and 2 Golden Tee video machines. You'll also find dozens of Easter eggs from one of the funniest sports comedies of all time. There are 11 signature cocktails, including the Pool Water Martini, which comes with a Baby Ruth candy bar, an ode to the hilarious duty scene. Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, will finally get his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame next Thursday. We've known about this for a while, but we finally have a date. Steve will posthumously receive his star with Terry, Bindi, and Bob Irwin, along with a few furry friends in attendance. Steve's star will be the 2,635th on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well, today is National Pot Smokers Day, otherwise known as 420.
420 is an unofficial holiday to celebrate marijuana.
Anything goes. You can now walk around smoking weed.
You can now have marijuana.
Marijuana is by far the least dangerous recreational drug.
You want to smoke pot in your garage and don't bother anybody, I don't care.
Open up. I got stuff.
Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain.
Legalizing marijuana has created 10,000 jobs.
Marijuana can do very nice things.
Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain.
I got a contact high already.
See, the only thing, if everybody was stoned, there'd be less violence in the world, maybe, Because they've done studies and they found that you can't hurt anybody if you can't find your car keys. When you get stoned on pot, man, you walk around the house all day with the keys in one hand. And they talk about pot being a gateway drug. It's more of a doorway drug. As soon as you walk through that doorway, you can't remember what you're looking for. What am I doing in the closet? Why am I holding my keys? That's why I keep a bong in every room in my house. And then you go, oh, a bong. Okay, I know what to do now. And driving. Everybody's worried about driving when you're stoned. No. You're not going to hurt anybody going 5 miles an hour. No. But you do get paranoid at the wrong time. Like one time I got pulled over by a caution light. I sat there for a long time, man. Had my license out, waiting.
Donald Trump's attorney Michael Cohen has dropped his lawsuit against BuzzFeed that published the dossier which claimed that Cohen made a secret trip to Prague to meet with Russian operatives. He dropped the lawsuit because special counsel Robert Mueller has proof that he actually did make the trip. But it's still odd that a lawyer would let a little thing like facts get in the way of a lawsuit. Last night, Donald Trump and Melania had dinner with Japanese Prime Minister Abe and his wife. There was an awkward moment when Trump kept yelling at the waiter, "This sushi is raw. Send it back." Senator Ted Cruz said the other day Donald Trump is a truly brilliant man who will go down as the country's greatest president and a guy who tells it like it is. That's why he called me Lion Ted. Louisiana has passed a law making it illegal to have sex with animals by a 25-10 vote. That story again, 10 Louisiana state senators voted against not having sex with animals. New survey finds 42% of Americans will retire broke. I don't have to wait until 65. I could retire broke today. A train carrying 10 million pounds of raw sewage sludge has finally pulled out of the small town of Parrish, Alabama, after being stuck there for 2 months. The town's residents say the stench was unbelievable. Today, the town had a huge celebration to welcome the arrival of a train full of Febreze. A former Houston 911 operator who hung up on thousands of callers has been sentenced to jail. Apparently, as the judge was sentencing her, she walked out. Several members of the Tennessee National Guard have been punished after an officer was allowed to take her re-enlistment oath of office while wearing a hand puppet. That's strange. I didn't even realize that pot was legal in Tennessee. Time for Nobody Gives a F***. Time magazine revealed its list of the 100 most influential people in the world. It's kind of their way of thanking the 100 people who still read Time magazine. Hey, magazines, nobody gives a f***. In Florida, an 87-year-old man has donated 100 gallons of blood throughout his lifetime. And the weird thing is, only half of it is his. Hey, Florida, nobody gives a f***. And Time Daily has joined the reboot of Murphy Brown, which I believe they're retitling Murphy and Lacey. Hey, reboots, nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live, starring Frank D'Angelo and his celebrity panel of guests, live Tuesdays and Thursdays on NSS.